Okay, so we are live.
Okay. Namaste, everyone. Myself, Hina Sharma, and I am associated with Swasti Yoga Center since last 3.5 years. Level 2 Yoga certified Ministry of Ayush and currently pursuing Masters in Yoga Shastra. And Swasti Yoga Center welcomes you all for this Global Yoga Festival. Before starting the session, I would request everyone to get ready for the prayer. So keeping your spine straight, your hands in Dhyan Mudra on your knees. We'll start with the Omkar chanting, eyes closed. We are going to chant Omkar 3 rounds. Take a deep inhale. Now gently join your palms. We are going to chant Patanjali Stavan. Inhale. Yogin chittasya padena vacha malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopaakarotam pravaram munina patanjalim pranjaliranatosmin. Gently rub your palms. Place your warm palms on your eyes. Absorb the energy. Gently open your eyes from darkness to lightness. Once again, welcome everyone for Global Yoga Festival. So as we know, we are celebrating 75 years of India's independence and launching a year-long celebration from August 2021 to commemorate 75 years of independence with a slew of programs for global audience encouraging yoga for health and well-being. Let me introduce the categories. There would be 50 plus topics, 75 programs or workshops, 50 plus speakers are there, 30 plus countries would be there. And there are different activities in this festival, like there would be yoga and wellness sessions, panel discussions, quiz and essay contest, life guiding sessions by speakers, and how to go for Sattvic Indian cooking. Bhajan, Kirtan, and chanting would be there. Question answer round. Experts are going to discuss about Ayurveda Dincharya. Now it's time to introduce our today's guest. He's very special and divine soul. It's my immense pleasure to give introduction of this powerful personality. Today's guest speaker, Dr. Manmat Gharote sir. It's a small introduction as he has already restricted to give big introduction. So it's a very, very small introduction. He is a present director of Lonavala Yoga Institute. Um, just going to introduce about his qualification. He is MA in physical education, PhD, DLIT, and DYED, diploma in yoga therapy, diploma in sports medicine, diploma in physiotherapy, diploma in sports journalism. He received various honors and awards, including one from Fellow of the United Writers Association of India, FUWAI. He has contributed several articles and research papers related to yoga and physical education in reputed journals. He has also written a book, Swami Kuvalyananda's Contribution to Yoga and Physical Education. There is a lot more, a huge introduction of him. We are unable to introduce right now. Now, I would like to call upon Manmat sir with his today's topic, importance of ancient wisdom to understand the real message of yoga. We welcome you, sir. The stage is yours.
Can you see the slides? Yeah. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Very good evening to everyone from India. It's a great opportunity for me. Dr. Vikas and Madam Chothe Madam requested me. Very good friend of mine, Dr. Vikas. Again, it's a great honor for me to be a part of this Swasti Yoga. And I really would like to appreciate for this initiative you have taken to spread real wisdom of yoga and allied topics. Also, I would like to convey thanks to Hina Madam for introducing me. And the topic, although time is very short and topic is very vast, still I will try to make a little bit justice about the topic, and the topic given to me is importance of ancient wisdom to understand the real message of yoga. So when we talk about this special topic, some questions are there which we have to understand, and then only it is possible for us to understand the real message or the summary of this beautiful topic. So some questions are there, such as what is the meaning of ancient wisdom? What is the importance of real understanding of yoga in modern era? And what is the real message of yoga? Why those questions are very important? Because if you ask to everyone, do you know yoga? And they will say, yes, I know yoga. But the $1 million question is, really they know what yoga does mean? Unless and until they don't know real meaning of yoga, it is very difficult to utilize this yoga for our betterment. So some questions are there and we try to understand, and definitely we throw our light on real message of yoga. So when we talk about ancient wisdom, as we know, this ancient wisdom of yoga came to us from different traditions. But in between, some traditions were no more, and it was very difficult for modern teachers to get real understanding of yoga. They are deprived with real knowledge. And unfortunately, people start using yoga, whereas they don't know what is yoga. Sorry to say, but this is the situation. So when we talk about ancient wisdom of yoga, when we talk about tradition of yoga, we have to understand really what is tradition. There are basically 3 traditions we find as far as yoga is concerned. So one is subtle tradition, second is oral tradition, and third is written tradition. If really we want to understand what is yoga today in modern era, we have to understand what is yogic tradition. So there are basically 3 traditions. One is subtle, second is oral, third is written. What is subtle tradition? You will be surprised to hear this, but this was part of our tradition. The subtle tradition means when Guru used to transform the knowledge only by remembrance, only by gazing, only by touch to the Shishya, and knowledge is transferred. That was the beauty. That was one type of tradition. And what is subtle oral tradition? Oral means Guru, the master, used to teach to students orally, wanted to transform the knowledge in hermitages, ashramas, and students used to get, or Shishya used to get this knowledge. This is third one, second one. The third is called written tradition. And written traditions means all the great masters, they have written everything in the form of ancient literature, which are called manuscripts. Now the problem is, to understand what is real yoga, either you have to be part of any tradition or you have to understand written tradition. There is no third way out. Unfortunately, modern teachers are deprived with this traditional knowledge, and that's why it is really horrible situation in the world, because people, they don't know what really yoga is. So here, when we talk about this ancient written beautiful manuscripts, number of manuscripts are there written by all the great masters, by which we are capable to understand real message of yoga. And what is the message? Number of paths are there, but the aim is the same. And to understand, who am I? What is the aim of my life? Why I have taken the birth? But those who are not part of this tradition, just they unfortunately consider yoga is just physical acrobatics. Sorry to say, but this is maybe the byproduct of yoga. The real message of yoga is to understand, if I'm unique, why I am unique. What is the message of yoga? To understand your true nature. And we know a number of ancient texts they are talking about. As in the beginning, Hina Madam beautifully chanted the devotional mantra for Lord Patanjali. And Patanjali Yoga Sutra says, the aim of yoga is to tadaha drashtuhu swarupe vasthanam, to understand what is your true nature. Unfortunately, today we don't know what is our true nature, and whatever we are, we don't know, and whatever we are not, we consider we are that. That is the problem in our life. So all the paths explained in ancient traditions, maybe Raja Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Laya, Nada, Amanasta, number of paths are there, but the aim is same. But unfortunately today, those who are not capable to understand those paths, they start using their all the distorted and diluted yoga practices. But this is not our topic. Our topic is to understand real yoga and real message of yoga. When we talk about yoga in modern era, what is the problem in modern era? The problem is great imbalance between external situation and our own lifestyle. We are having everything with us. If you say I need one house, you are having two. If you say I need one mobile, you are having four. If you say I need one SIM card, you are having 10 SIM cards. Everything we have. Still we are not happy. And that's why prosperity is there, but it is at external level, but internally there is no peace. And that's why there is disintegration in our life. And it is a common example, common part, that when there is any kind of disintegration, we are suffering with different amounts of psychosomatic disorders, stress-related disorders, constipational disorders, and we don't know what is to be done. We have to treat the root cause where problem is there. Frustration is another problem nowadays. People, they work wholeheartedly, but unfortunately they don't know why for they are working. So frustration is at very high level. Psychologists made the definition of frustration very beautifully. What they say, it is a little difficult to understand, but I will explain in a very simple manner. What psychologist says, they says frustration is a state of disparity between level of expectations and level of achievement. Now this is a little bit difficult. In simple terms, I will tell you, what is frustration? Whatever you want, you don't get. And whatever you got, you don't want. The gap between you got and you want is called frustration. If this gap is big, there are more problems. If you know how to minimize this gap, there are less problems. So today, we have to understand what are the remedies for this, all the psychosomatic problems. And if we know what is the treatment for this, believe me, we can do miraculous things in this world. So where is the problem? We have to think. So today we have to decide. We want only holistic health, or new concept I would like to introduce, and that is called holistic health. Today we have to decide it, because if today it is not possible to decide, then we can carry forward all the diseases. So here, what is holistic health? Holistic health means just cure of the diseases. We don't want only cure of the disease. Today, some problem, just cure it. Tomorrow, another problem, just cure it. Day after tomorrow, third problem. We don't want this. What we really want, we want to disease the disease. That is the important concept. And when we talk about holistic health, it is nothing to do with only cure, but it is related to prevention, promotion, and then if it is necessary, then go for the cure. Why Ayurveda? Why yoga? Why they are concerned sisters? Because they are talking about first preventive things. Then they are talking about to promote your internal systems. And then if it is necessary, then go for cure. So we want today holistic health. Now when we talk about health, unfortunately, physical personality is the gross personality, and all other four personalities are very subtle personality. So most of the people, they don't know they are having 5 aspects of personality. We don't want only physical fitness today. We need mental stability as well. We need emotional balance as well. We need social maturity as well. And also spiritual upliftment we need. We don't want only physical fitness. In last 1 or 2 years, we found most of the people, 6 hours, 7 hours, they are going in the gym. But unfortunately, they committed the suicide. Where was the problem? Physically, they were fit. Then what was the problem in their life? And the problem was at mental level, at emotional level. So when we talk about holistic health, we have to achieve health at all the 5 aspects of our personality. And those aspects are called physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual. Then question comes, what is physical personality? What is mental personality? What is emotional? What is social? And what is spiritual? That we have to understand. So physical health means just appreciating functioning of the organs and systems. Just when efficient functioning is going on with gross systems, we are happy. But then what about the thoughts? Because maybe negative thoughts are there, it is a problem. When there are stray thoughts are there, it's a problem. So physical health means just efficient functioning of gross organs. Mental health means how you achieve control over thoughts. Emotional health means freedom from the emotional disturbances. Remember, all the attacks from the external world you will find at emotional level first, and then it may come at physical level. I will tell this in later part why yoga is. So remember, if you know how to stabilize this emotional health and mental health, you are master of the situation. Remember, problem is not in the problem, but problem is we don't know the solution for the problem. If we get solution today for the problems, problem turns to an opportunity. Some people in the world, they get number of problems and they feel it's an opportunity. But other people, they get number of opportunities, and for every opportunity, they say it's a problem. You have to think you are in which category. So it is emotional health, freedom from emotional disturbances. Then social health. What is social health? How you cope up with this social arena. And spiritual health means inner peace, happiness, joy. We need holistic health. We don't want only physical, only mental, only emotional, only social, only spiritual. We don't want. What we want? We want holistic health, health at all the 5 aspects of personality. So if it is like that, why some people are physically fit and not mentally? Why some are mentally fit but not physically? Number of people are there. So today we have to understand the concept of holistic health. And if we understand this, we can understand everything about our life. So when we talk about holistic health, there are 3 aspects we have to remember. One is part and whole relationship. Second is relationship between the different parts. And third is equity of all the parts. Let us try to understand this. Then we will understand why yoga is important. Now, here, the first fundamental principle is part and whole relationship. It means that physical personality is related to mental, mental is related to emotional, emotional is social, and social is spiritual. Try to understand 5 aspects. So let us try to understand the first point, part and whole relationship. It means that physical personality is related to my whole health. Similarly, mental is also related to whole health. Emotional is also related to whole. Social and spiritual are also related to my whole health. What is second? Relationship between the different parts. It means that physical is related to mental, mental is related to emotional, emotional is related to social, social is related to spiritual, and all the aspects are interrelated. And what is third? Equity of all the parts. Dr. Vikas sir knew better. Here is the problem of the world. Because physical personality is gross personality and all 4 personalities are subtle personalities. That's why we give only and only and only importance for, unfortunately, gross personality, and we ignore our 4 subtle personalities. So remember, physical is important, but equally mental is also important. Equally emotional is also important. Equally social is important, and spiritual is also important. So here, if it is so easy, then why within 20 minutes we understood to achieve holistic health, then why we are not capable to achieve this holistic health? Where is the problem? And the problem is only one, and that is our mental state. If mental state is disturbed, it will affect our physical personality, mental personality, emotional personality, social and spiritual as well. So remember, why yoga? People say, I want to practice yoga for reduction of 2 kg weight. But it is only physical we are talking about. People say, I want to develop the flexibility. Again, it is just physical you are talking about. The purpose of yoga is to achieve harmonious functioning of all the aspects of personality. The purpose of yoga is to achieve integration between all the personality aspects of personality. The purpose of yoga is to achieve holistic health at all the 5 aspects of personality. Program is same. Those who are not physically fit, if they practice yoga, they will be physically fit. Program is same. Those who are not mentally fit, if they practice all the yoga practices, mentally they are fit. Similarly with emotional, similarly with social and spiritual, similarly with spiritual. That is the aim of yoga, and perhaps the only subject, only science, only philosophy in the world which is talking about all the 5 aspects of personality. So that's why aim of yoga is to achieve holistic health or integration of personality. Then question comes then, if it is like that, what is yoga? So we have to understand what is yoga. And you may say, we know answer. But really we know answer for this, what is yoga? And Patanjali says, because time is short, I would like to give just one reference to you, and that is Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. 2000 years back, Patanjali has mentioned this definition of yoga. What is the definition of yoga? Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What is the meaning of this? The meaning is complete cessation of modification of thoughts. If we are capable to seize our thoughts, then we are yogi. Some people consider you have to keep long beard, you have to go in the Himalayas, then only people will consider you are a yogi. No. Yogism is nothing to do with external beautification. Yogitva is internal state by which if you perform some of the yogic practices and you know how to seize the thoughts, if you know how to seize the modification of thoughts, then you are yogi. So it means that yoga is related to mind, mind and mind. That's why what is life? Life is mind game. Today you have to decide, you are slave of your mind or you are boss of your mind. If you are boss of your mind, you are master of the situation. If you are slave of the mind, then you are slave of the situation. So here we have to understand today which are the factors which are disturbing our this holistic health. Which are the factors? And the factors are, number of factors are there which are affecting our mental and emotional states. For example, frustration, phobias, depression, conflict, negativity, anxiety, disorders, psychosomatic, number of problems are there. Number of. Every day new problem is coming. And it is not possible to run behind always against the problem. So it is better to immunize. It is better to achieve strength at your inner aspects of personality. So if you understand this diagram, you will understand where is the problem in our life. As I told you, 5 aspects of personalities are there: physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual. Now, what is going on? As we are part of society, and society has only one work to do. And that work is called FFM. What is the full form of FFM? It is fault finding mission. Society is always there to find problems from you. Whatever you are doing, they are ready to hammer you. They are ready to criticize you. And every single morning you wake up and you find number of hammerings are going on in your life. Up to certain level, you are ready to cope up the situation, the criticism, the hammering. But every day, every single minute, society is there. And time comes when your emotional level is totally full. And we don't know what is to be done. No one taught us. And then, but this body is beautiful machine made by whomsoever. Automatically, the problem which is at emotional level shifted to lower level, and that is called mental level. The problem is at emotional level shifted to mental level. Then up to certain level, you feel relaxed. But society is not waiting. Society is always there to criticize and hammer you. Now emotional level is full, and now due to hammering, mental level is also full. Then you don't know what is to be done, because no one taught us when there is an emotional problem, when there is a mental problem, what is to be done. No one taught us. But again, body is beautiful machine. The problem which was at emotional level shifted to mental level, and now when mental level is also full, the problems are coming at physical level, the lower personality. But here it's a twist. And what is the twist? The problems are not shifting from mental to physical. Just symptoms of the problems are shifted from mental to physical. Problem is still at mind level. problem is at still emotional level, it is a simple logic. If problem is at mental level, you have to treat mental level. What is the use of treating physical level? If problem is at emotional level, you have to treat emotional level. What is the use of treating physical level? So the logic says, if emotional problems are coming from emotional to mental, from mental to physical, can it be possible if I perform some of the practices through physical, can I get effects at mental level, at emotional level? If problems are coming down, then definitely my practices will affect at upper level. And this is true that if you perform some of the practices through body, then automatically it is possible to train your mental level and emotional level. Those practices are called maybe asana, pranayam, bandha mudra, shuddhi kriya. So remember one thing, yoga is not physical, yoga is psychophysical in nature. You use body for giving training to higher aspects of personality. But you should understand the fundamental principles of yoga. If you are not following fundamental principles of yoga and whole life you are practicing yoga, it is of useless. That's why you should know the fundamental principle, how to perform yogic practices. In later part, for 5 minutes, I will tell you. So from below, you can perform some of the yogic practices through body and you get good results at mental level and emotional level. From upper side, you can perform some of the spiritual practices such as yama, niyama, for example, dharana, dhyan, chanting of mantras, om chanting of mantras. Then automatically the pressure which is coming from social arena, you are capable to dilute that problem. And once you are capable to dilute those problems from higher spiritual side, then there is less burden at your emotional level, at your mental level. Those who are capable to understand this fact, they stay like a monk in this materialistic world. But those who don't know this fundamental principle, whole life they are doing whatever they want, but still they are not capable to achieve. So why yoga? You perform yogic practices through body, but it will affect at your mind level. So remember one thing about the health. All our activities are mental activities. We have to understand this, because in every activity, mind is always involved. Therefore, the process of getting sick and of cure are essentially mental processes. So if everything is mental processes, involvement of mind is there, then all the disorders are also psychosomatic. If you give training only to the body, how is it possible to give results? For the time being, definitely you may feel good. But unless and until you are not treating the root cause, then it is very difficult to get results. I'm not telling this. 95% now medical science is also telling that 90 to 95% diseases are only because of the problem at mind level. But yoga already 2000, 5000 years back already told same thing. Now people are capable to understand that yoga is for mind, or in Patanjali's term, it is for the chitta. This is very one reference I would like to share with you all. The WHO, World Health Organization, they suggested that mental instability and illness in India, 1/6 of the people they are having. And more than 20 crore patients are there in India, those who are having problems at mental level. But the problem is that we feel that this mental health problem is not to be spoken in public. That is the problem. And that's why it is more dangerous situation is going on. And more dangerous situation is what? Those results given by WHO in 2019 means prior to COVID. I don't know. what is the number today. So it is the alarming thing we have to understand about this mind. So let us try to understand what is mind. Everyone is talking about mind, but what is mind? We have to understand. So this mind is like a beehive. All the five sense organs they are collecting. Where is the problem I'm telling to you? What ancient literature they are talking about? So all the five sense organs they are collecting everything from external world. Although you don't want it, although it is useless, still collection is going on, which is called garbage collection. Unnecessary, useless things we constantly collect, and then process start. What exactly going on? Patanjali says, Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha, complete cessation of modification of thoughts. But what is our behavior? Our behavior is totally opposite. At one side, we are doing opposite things. And when problems are there, we ask, what is my problem? It is not good. We have to understand exactly what is going on with us. So all the five sense organs, they collect the information from outside, they pass on to the mind, and then mind gives rise to the thoughts, and then emotions, and then feelings. Now, if your collection of the things are creating negative emotions inside, then it is very dangerous for you. Maybe situation is beautiful outside, but still you are always sad, guilty, angry, hurted, confused. But if you develop positive emotions with you, then maybe what is disaster is going on outside of your house or outside you, still you are joyful, you are happy, you are satisfied. So it is up to you what you have to do. And that's why a beautiful quotation is suggested in Bhagavad Gita, and that is Bandhuratma namastasya yainatme vatmana jitaha anatmanastu shatrutve varte tatmeva shatruvat. What is the meaning of this? For the one who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his very mind will be his greatest enemy. So remember, you are slave of your mind or you are master of your mind, you have to think. So today, if you want to develop holistic character, remember within one day or within one lecture, it is not possible to develop the character. To develop the character, there are 4 different stages: thinking, action, habit, and character. As you think, so you act. Action leads to habit, and habit forms the character. If thinking is right, action is right. If action is right, habit is right. And if habit is right, character is right. But if thinking is wrong, your action is wrong. If action is wrong, your habit is wrong. And if habit is wrong, your character is wrong. So to develop your holistic character or holistic health, the first stage is very important, and that is called thinking. And this thinking is related to your mind. That's why when I was working on number of ancient manuscripts collected from different parts, all the ancient manuscripts, they are talking about only one thing, and that is concept of mind is very important. So all the practices, they are part of mind, to train mind, that we have to understand. Modern teachers are deprived with this knowledge. They consider it just physical acrobatics. They don't know the fundamental principles of yoga. And that's why, although they are practicing, but they are not getting proper results. It is not possible to speak about most of the publications, but you can visit the website, which is lonavlayoga.org. But here, when we talk about mind, I would like to tell you, or when we talk about chitta, I would like to tell you what exactly going on with us. There are 5 levels of our chitta. What is chitta? Patanjali's beautiful term is that. What is the meaning of chitta? In general sense, when mind, ego, and intellect, 3 things are working together, it is called chitta. This chitta has 5 levels. And which are those 5 levels? Shipta, Mudha, Vikshipta, Ekagra, and Niruddha. Now, what problem is going on with us? Now, if you consider this circle as mind and arrows like a thoughts, Can you say this person is very stable? Definitely not. Number of thoughts are there, but what is the definition of yoga by Patanjali? Yoga has chitta vritti nirodha, complete cessation of modification of thoughts. So this first stage is called kshipta, which is not definitely yoga has chitta vritti nirodha. Comparatively kshipta, mudha is better because at least thoughts are in one direction. But still, Patanjali says complete cessation of the thoughts. So it means that this stage is also not yogic stage. The third stage of your chitta is vikshipta. Again, vikshipta is comparatively good, but not ultimate stage. That's why fourth stage is ekagra, which is really good, one-pointedness. But we know what is the problem with us. When one thought is there, second is coming, third is coming, 10 thoughts, 20 thoughts, 50, 100, 1,000, 2,000, 50,000 thoughts are. We don't know what is to be done. So ekagra may be better than kshipta, mood and vikshipta, but not ultimate because it is not fulfilling the meaning of yoga has chitta vritti nirodha. The fifth stage is called niruddha, is complete cessation of modification of thoughts. That stage we have to achieve through yogic practices. So all the practices in yoga, maybe it is yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, bandha mudra, shuddhi kriya, dharana, dhyan, pratyahar, whatever you are doing. Maybe number of yogas you practice, bhakti yoga, karma, dhyana, mantra, laya, hatha, nada, amanaska, any yoga you practice. What is the reason? And the reason is very clear, to minimize the vrittis, the thoughts. I don't know why people say it is a reduction of 2 kg weight. There is the weight. No question about weight. There is the flexibility. No question about flexibility. And that's why we have to understand that it is not only physical acrobatic, it is related to holistic health, all the aspects. So here, if you are at kshipta level, your life is confusing. Whatever we want, we don't get. What we get, we are not satisfied. What we expect never happens. What we had, always repeat. In mudha, life is also here so confusing. What we want, sometimes we get but seldom satisfied. What we expect never happens, and what we had generally repeats. In vikshipta stage, if we are at vikshipta stage, distracted stage, life is less confusing. What we want, mostly we get and mostly satisfied. What we expect, mostly happen, and what we hate, mostly possible to avoid. But ekagra sthiti is good because there is no confusion. One-pointedness, there is no confusion. What we want, always we get and always satisfied, and what we expect always happens, and what we hate, always possible to avoid. So ekagra sthiti, one-pointedness is very important. And finally, which is the ultimate stage, maybe you can consider one type of samadhi, that is not our topic, but no thoughts, no confusion. There's no question you want or get. When you are in the night in deep sleep, there is no confusion. But when early in the morning you wake up and 20 types of teas and 30 types of coffees are there, then automatically it is a confusion. 50 thoughts are there. Should I get tea? Should I take green tea? Should I take black tea? Should I take coffee? Should I take this? But in the deep sleep, there is no thought, there is no confusion. So Patanjali says very clearly that yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Time is running. Can I get 5 more minutes to explain something? Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Vikasji. You are very kind. This is very interesting. You have to understand when I was talking about mind. I don't want to ask you, but you should think, where is the problem? If our behavior is like this, then we have to check it. These are different layers of the mind, and we really don't know how mind is working. Really, we don't know. No one taught us. So different thousands of layers are there of the mind. I will just speak on 7 and I will just go little bit ahead. So one is called peripheral mind. Second is intensive mind. Third is intrinsic mind. Abysmal mind, cloud-stained mind, obscure mind, obtuse mind. Number of layers are there. Maybe you feel those terminologies are difficult, but in simple way, I will tell you, And then you will understand, yes, my behavior is like this, and I am responsible for inviting the problems. All layers are working and they make you under the trouble. So what is peripheral mind? It is called blind thought. You just have to think, really you are behaving. Don't tell me, but just you have to think about that. Peripheral mind means blind thoughts. Sometimes we want to say without consideration. We think we speak anything. Maybe this is related to the topic. It is not related to the topic. We speak anything. And that's why our holistic health is disturbed. Then one is intensive mind. Yes, sometimes we think and analyze, which is called mature thoughts. It is good. Sometimes intrinsic mind. Very interesting this. We think, we analyze, but say as per the situation. For example, you're working in the office and your boss is not behaving properly. Still boss will ask, how I am behaving with you? You cannot say directly, you are a useless fellow. You say, no, no, sir, you are a great person. It means that you think, you analyze, but say as per the situation. Due to such thing, this integration is going on, but we don't know what exactly problems we have to face. What is abysmal mind? Thoughts are already stored and come out. Any topic is going on, but we speak whatever we want. Sometimes that topic is not even related to the main topic which is going on. This is called abysmal. Cloud stained mind is also interesting. You know, but you want to hide from others. Most of the time we know the topic, we know the reasons, but directly we are not capable to say. Obscure mind means fact want to know, but hidden by itself. And the seventh layer of the mind is very interesting. And that is, we don't know that we don't know. This is the situation is going on sometimes in yogic field. Sorry to say, but most of the people, they say, I know yoga, but really they know what yoga is. So here, how to understand you are at that positive level or negative level? This is self-evaluation you have to do. Then, because most of the time at mental level, we are always at negative side. Most of the time at positive side. How to understand this? I am at which level? So, if today your vision is holistic vision, then you are at positive level. If you have deep purpose in your life, definitely you are at positive level. If your attitude is responsible, positive state. Effective understanding is there, you are at positive state, and steady commitments are there, positive state. For example, 75 sessions you are doing continuously. You have holistic vision. You have deep purpose, Dr. Vikas. Your attitude is responsible. Effective understanding is there, and steady commitment is there. So it is called positive state. For example, you are having broken vision, distracted purpose in your life, shaky attitude, doubtful understanding, or circumstantial commitment is there, then little bit alarming situation, you are in positive and negative side. But if you have only one vision and that is no vision, then it is dangerous. If you have short-term purpose, destructive attitude, dark understanding, selfish commitments, then be careful. You have to change your negative attitude and then you have to go in positive slowly. But if you have negative, don't worry. Yogic program is there. You just have to perform it very sincerely, and that program is called Yama Niyama Asana Pranayam. Nothing to do with 2 kg weight, nothing to do with flexibility, nothing to do with physical beauty. People, they consider it, but the purpose is yoga chitta vritti nirodha, complete cessation of modification of thought. And when you perform all the practices, you transform the ill thoughts, and automatically when you know how to transform this negative thought into positive, and finally no thoughts are there, no vrittis are there, then it is called holistic health as far as. So all the practices in Ashtanga Yoga, maybe it is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, all are for what? All target at your mind level, your chitta level, and once your chitta will reach at the niruddha stage, it is called total holistic health. This is the message from ancient literature. But I'll take just 3-4 minutes. If you give Dr. Vikasji to me, just 3 minutes I need. Then, but most of the people since morning to night, they practice yoga and still their personality is not holistic. We have to understand why today. What is the message from ancient literature? They say you have to understand fundamental principles of yoga. If you don't know the fundamental principles of yoga, then whole life you perform yoga, it is of no use. Which are the fundamental principles? I'll just speak about asana because time is short. You will understand what I am telling. I'll give one example about fundamental principle. Hina madam, if you want to open the lock, I'll give you hundreds of keys to you. But the original key, which is of that lock, I refuse to give you. Can it be possible for you to open the lock? Then Hina madam says,
No.
sir, please give me the key. I will say, madam, I have given. Then Hina madam will say, sir, you have given the key, but it is wrong key. Please give me correct key. Then only it is possible to open the lock. One more example I would like to tell. You know, number of numbers. 1 to 1,000, 1 to lakhs, 1 to million, trillion, you know number. But to open the mobile, if one number is missing, it is not possible for you to open the mobile. You agree, Hina madam, what I'm telling? Yes. If you are agree, you can show your thumbs up. Yes. Now, if it is the story with lock and mobile, because everywhere it's a science and science must be perfect, what is the fundamental science of yoga? For example, your mobile number is 1234, and if you put 1235, mobile won't open because it is not matching the science. What is the science of yoga? Every subject has its science and every subject has its art. Try to understand this. Let us see what is the science of mathematics. For example, 1 plus 1 is always 2. 2 plus 4 is always 6. 2 plus 2 is always 4. This is the science. Dr. Vikas, if you go in the Australia, someone will ask you 2 plus 2 is what? You will say, sir, 4. If you go to Japan, it is 4. If you go to any Africa, any small country, it is always 2 plus 2, 4. It means that you cannot change the science of mathematics. And if you say 2 plus 2, 8, people will appreciate you. People will send you in the class first again. They will say, Dr. Saab, I respect your doctor degree, but you still go in class first because you don't know 2 plus 2 is always 4. You cannot change the science, but you can change the arts of the subject. What is the arts of mathematics? For example, if I ask, Dr. Vikas, 2 plus 2 is what? And mic is not working, but Dr. Vikas will say 4 fingers. This is art. For example, your handwriting is not good, maybe dirty handwriting, but answer is 4. You can write with blue pen, red pen, green pen. You can write on the wall. You can write on the shirt. You can write on the head. But you cannot change the answer, which is 4. You understood? Science is 4, but you can change the art. Now, what is the science of yoga? The problem is people, they don't know the science of yoga today, and that's why horrible situation is there. And today it is the need of the hour to understand what is the traditional message of yoga. There are 3 sciences of yoga or asana. The first science is called Sthira Sukham Asana. Asana where stability is there and where comfort is there. So Sthirata, the stability is related to body, and Sukha is related to your mind. For example, you are running. Can you say it is running yoga? Because it is not sthira. It is not stable. For example, you are not capable to bend forward and someone is pushing you, and then you are under tremendous amount of pain. Can you say it is sukha? You say, no, it is dukkha. Then you will change your science. It is sthira dukkham asanam, which is not the part of yoga. Prayatna shaitilya. What is prayatna shaitilya? Means effortlessness. And third is tato dvandvana bhighataha. To remove the dvanda, the competition. To remove the duality. This is the science. Now, where is the problem? Because someone is asking you, are you doing some exercises? And you say, yes, 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 every day I'm doing exercises. What exercises? Then you say yogic exercises. You know better what are the yogic fundamental principle, but the person to whom you are talking about, he doesn't know. He doesn't know that there are two types of exercises. You simply use exercise term, but person is not capable to understand. Then you say, I am doing exercise. But here, there are two types of exercises. One is called static exercises. Another is called dynamic exercises. Static means what? When there is no repetition in the action and final position you are maintaining, that is called static. What is dynamic? When there is a repetition and you are not maintaining the final position, that is called dynamic. Now, asana is, there is no movement, that's why it is static. But all other exercises are dynamic because movement is there. And Patanjali says, sthira sukham asanam. Asana consume minimum energy, but exercise consume maximum energy. Asanas bring optimum tone of the muscle. Try to understand this. When you stretch the muscles very statically, muscles are relaxed. And once muscles are relaxed, automatically you get tranquilizing effect at mind level. That's why asanas are for psychological purpose, not only for reduction of 2 kg weight. But when you perform exercise, you develop strength. Asanas do not increase muscle mass. You should not say, 6 months I'm doing Bhujangasana, but I'm not developing my biceps. You cannot say like that because it is not the purpose. If you want to develop your biceps, directly go in the gym and perform the dumbbells. But don't tell it is dumbbells yoga, because we know yoga is a hot cake nowadays. You can use anything for anything because people, you can make them fool. So here we have to understand that philosophy of asana and philosophy of exercise is different. Psychology of asana and psychology of exercise is different. Even physiology of asana and physiology of exercise is totally different. I am not telling exercise is wrong and asana is good. I am not telling asana is bad and exercise. I am not telling this. But what I am telling, what is your intention? If you want to develop biceps, directly go in the gym, perform dumbbells, but don't tell it is dumbbells yoga, because if you say dumbbells yoga, you are changing the philosophy of yoga, science of yoga, which is prayatna shaitilya tato dvandvana bhighataha. Why exercise? If you want to achieve physical fitness, go for exercise. But if you want to reduce the disturbance at mind level, you have to go for asana or yogic practices. So when I was working on encyclopedia, it was great opportunity to collect a lot of material from number of manuscripts. There are about 200 manuscripts, number of asanas. You will be surprised to hear more than 100 Padmasana, 60 variations of Sirsasana, a great literature written by all the masters. And it was a great honor for me to publish this encyclopedia of traditional asanas, any asana with authentic sources. So what I'm telling, modern distorted styles of yoga means several problems, because modern practices are not based on tradition, not based on ancient literature, manuscript. But ancient authentic yoga means all these solutions. What you want. If you want problems, you are free. If you want solutions, you are also free. So the final slide I would like to tell you, and that is when yoga, what is the message of ancient yoga to modern era? When all the great masters, they started yoga, the purpose was to get Swaswarupa Yoga, to find the true nature of yourself. Who am I? But then philosophy of yoga unfortunately started changing. Then people started using yogic practices for Adhyatmika Yoga, only to understand spiritual truth. Then people started using only intellect to understand yoga, which is called Buddhi Yoga. Then people started using yoga for therapy, which was Chikitsa Yoga. Then philosophy of yoga changed. People started using as exercise yoga, which was Vyayama Yoga. Then people started using yoga as sports yoga, which was Krida Yoga. Finally, today, it is competition yoga, which is called Spardha Yoga. I really don't know. We are developing or we are going against the fundamental principles of yoga. Today, it is the need of the hour that we have to understand the great message given by all the great masters. So I would like to put this thought about the different stages and changing of the yoga front of your court, Dr. Vikas. And I hope if we will understand that what is the real aim of yoga, it would be fantastic for the people to get benefited of yoga, and they will be benefited with a beautiful practice, divine practice based on scientific principle, which is called yoga. So this is the vast spectrum of ancient yoga by which common man will achieve holistic health, and that is the message given by ancient literature of yoga. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi.
Thank you, sir. Speechless. We are. It's always an honor to hear you and your guidance. I would request everyone to not just hear the session, but try to follow the principles of yoga, or all the teachings which we are getting from these sessions, or from the great legends we are getting in these sessions. Thanks to Vikas sir and Swasti Yoga Center to give us this opportunity to hear all these legends. And it's a great, great, great honor, sir. And now I would request if anyone have any query, any feedback, or anything you want to say. I
Yes,
think
very
Vikas sir
rarely
wants
you will
to.
get this opportunity to feel. I mean, that's what I can express. You might not be able to see God, touch God, okay? But this is the way in the 21st century that you can experience divinity. So don't miss this opportunity. If you have any kind of doubts, some kind of clutter in your mind, feel free. And Garote sir is here. And the only thing that comes to my mind with the kind of finishing presentation and everything that he talked about, I just remember this sutra from Yoga Sutra, Tatakshiyate Prakash Avaranam. And that was the purpose for inviting Garote sir, because even if we are able to fumble here and there, it is the bull's eye and the exact message that it's his sadhana, that he helps us to open our eyes and look to those aspects which we are not able to see, and take this parda or this avidya which is there in front of our eyes, especially because we all are in the field of yoga. And so, as sir rightly said, sometimes even if you are on the right path, it is this kind of competition around you, it is your rat race that we are into, this kind of society today, that we start doubting our own fundamentals, and sometimes we get carried away into this competition. So this session that we had today of Garote sir definitely was eye-opening, and I feel that it will again make our fundamentals and our roots strong and motivate us to believe in the scriptures and the great legends who have written these manuscripts of yoga. So anyone, please, all are welcome. Bankim ji, Kalyani madam, Lionel.
Namaste, Garote ji.
Namaste, namaskaram.
Yeah, wonderful session. First is,
This slide, my photo, can you remove so it is possible for me to? Hina madam? Yeah. Now it's fine. Thank you very much. Yes, please. Yeah.
I hope one day that when you make a presentation, the last slide, where the tears are rolling down the eyes, we don't have to see that slide.
Yeah, I can understand this. It's a very small part at
Okay.
Dvandva, and we organize the Dvandva. I don't know where we are going.
Good. Now, the reason I say is that all that wisdom and the knowledge which you presented before that slide, the answer lies there. And, this is what I can sense it, right? And I think we read and we hear about it, that today's world, is, I would say, stuck. Stuck is the reason why we see more and more people, right, going towards yoga, is that they are stuck in what we call like a cul-de-sac. Cul-de-sac in the sense, if we break just the world into two parts, right? Then let's say science. The science is stuck in, the physical science, cannot go beyond the atom, and even when they see the atom, cannot find the answer. Okay. And the same thing with whether we call it religion or spirituality or, whatever we call, right? People cannot, attach to it, because the young generation, they say, how we just cannot, believe in this. And for both of this, what you presented is going to be the answer. So I think we hope, that we don't see that slide, the last slide.
But maybe that is the essence. You can say that somewhere what is wrong, we have to understand. Then only we will understand. Right. But I understood. So it is true that for a common man, it is very difficult to understand the things. I know. If you start telling your consciousness and other things, it is difficult for them to understand. But at least from beginner point of view, without dilution, you can teach some of the simple practices to them without dilution. Problem, but still people, they wanted to add their own, whereas everything is proved by all the great masters. So somewhere authenticity must be there, I feel.
Absolutely. And where I feel in the Yama and the Niyama part, we have been talked about Asteya. So when people start diluting and rebranding just to prove their contribution, when the contribution is not there, and repackaging and presenting the same wine in a new bottle takes place, I think without giving the credit to the old masters, I feel somewhere we are disturbing this idea of Asteya. We are stealing without giving the due recognition and changing the label. It's like the same book is there, you just take out the cover page and write your own name as an author and sell it again. That is something I feel it's, I hope, sir, you have the same kind of an idea that there's no point. The great masters had never expected anything from us. They were like, even today, all the great masters which are there, they are always like nature, always giving the society. They never expect anything from the society. But I think we, from the fraternity of yoga, at least what we can do is give the right respect to these great masters whenever we are into the field of yoga. So thank you very much. And we will now take this to our program. Sorry, sir, because this part is a routine program where virtually, because of COVID, we cannot be there physically with you. But I would like to invite everyone to unmute themselves and give a big round of applause for the felicitation of sir.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. It's an honor. It's a great privilege. Thank you very much. It's a great association with Swasti and with you personally. You know that. But it's a great honor to speak on this topic in this Global Yoga Festival. feel free to give me opportunity to offer my humble services anytime for this noble cause. Thank you very much for all such things.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, can I go ahead now?
Yes, yes.
So,
Seeing the humility and everything coming from sir, it's like we don't have to say anything. Like so we just it's the Ishwar Pranidhan Bhav that we have. So thank you very much, sir. Keep us blessed. We are very happy. Thank you. Hinaji, all over to you. Thank you very much.
so in the entire session, I forgot about all my tensions and all my surroundings. I was thinking to never ending the session. This session will never get end, but we have to go and we have to follow your principles. We should follow the principles of yoga to practice each day to keep our mind relaxed and think positive. As you said, the first principle we should go for the good thinking we should have. So I think everyone would be agree with this, and everyone would are going to follow all these things. So we are already following, but somewhere somehow we forget to do to follow these principles in daily life. We like we have we are listening to this session, and we next day we are trying to follow these principles, and after 2 days we again forget. So these practices should be remain constant. I mean, we should follow these things daily. Thank you so much, sir. And now I would like to introduce about our upcoming sessions. For next week on 8th of January, we have a session by our student Lionel Jenin, and the topic would be Panchtantra and Yoga Sutra, yogic values in French culture. On 9th of Jan, next Sunday, we have a guest lecture by Ms. Nadeshwari from Italy, and the topic would be Mudras in classical dance and yoga. We are also live on Facebook and Instagram, and we have our previous sessions on YouTube also. We have uploaded it, so you can go there and check our all the sessions. Also try to spread this link or this message to everyone, to your near and dear, so that they will also get benefited. Now I would request everyone to get ready for the closing prayer. We are going to chant Omkar 3 rounds, keeping your spine straight, hands on your knees, eyes closed. Take a long breath. Join your palms for Shanti mantra. Inhale. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvisharvahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently rub your palms. Place your warm palms on your eyes. And slowly open your eyes from darkness to lightness. Thank you. See you in next sessions.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot for this, everything.
Honor. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.